In today's video, we are testing out a few new life hacks, but this time it's for pets. What sort of life hacks actually work for cats and which ones don't?
Guys, meet Jack and Sally.
Jack, Sally.
These are Callie's new
babies. Children,
I guess.
And they're the only children I'll ever have.
And they are the only children I will ever have.
Along with cats comes cat care and cat ownership and all that good stuff. And sometimes it can seem a little overwhelming. And I believe you found what are supposed to be several life hacks for cat ownership that should make it easier, or they're like DIY toys or tools.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna be testing those out today.
Here's the basic idea. We have several different life hacks for cats. We want to see if they work or if they're just a bust.
And I will hopefully be in this whole video, but I'm actually allergic to some cats, and there's no way to know which ones until I start reacting. So if I suddenly disappear, it's because my eyes have started itching and watering, and I went home to take a shower and take an antihistamine.
Technically, you can't be allergic to kittens, but I'm not sure how true that is for somebody who's very, very allergic. Kittens don't have dander, they don't shed. So most people who are allergic can at least handle kittens so long as they haven't been around a mother cat or an adult cat. Now these two were actually foster kittens. They were adopted and rescued through a company or organization called Paws for Life, which is a no-kill organization, and I fostered to adopt. Hopefully, because these guys were raised by humans, they were saved and then raised by my sister, who's a wildlife conservationist, which makes things great. They shouldn't make Nate allergic, but this is the mean way to test out because I wanted to do this video.
Oh, and there goes Jack.
But he's allergic, so we compromised and we got cats. I think what we're gonna have to do is Nate and I will be assembling these hacks, and then we'll let them run around while that happens, and then we'll bring them back up to the table to test things out because they don't want to be in one spot. It's a big studio, there's lots of new smells. You gotta work with me, Sally. Good job. So the channel Household Hackers actually put out a video about cat hacks to save you money. Household Hackers, I love this idea, so I want to see if they work on kittens. So that's our plan today. So I have several different cat hacks I want to try out, along with two other, not necessarily hacks, but slight experiments that I want to try with the kittens, and we'll see if it works. So to start out, Nate, on your side, you have got some paper bags. I want to see if Nate can figure out what these are for. So in this video that I watched, they were talking about the fact that they bought these catnip scent infused paper bags. And they were saying, okay, yes, you can buy paper bags infused with catnip. You're buying trash, basically. So why not use a paper bag from the grocery store, reuse it, spray it with catnip mist, and see if that works about the same. I probably spent more money for this experiment than necessary because the store that I went to didn't have paper bags at the checkout, so these are in fact gift bags, but it should work about the same. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I don't smell anything.
It smells like a paper bag,
yeah.
But it's supposed to be like released when moves or scratches or something, so maybe you just
Catnip scent with every touch. It's a scratch and sniff bag. It's not. The other problem is the fact that yes, some cats don't particularly care for catnip, as Nate was saying. These ones I've already, tried and true tested. Doesn't always work as well on kittens, but so far so good. So let's see what they think. Bags. Well? Jack, come here.
Well, Sally has a preference.
That took nothing. What
Right.
if I just put one in this one?
Yeah. Is it just that it's a bag, or is it they like the smell more?
I can't tell. And there's just too much going on. Side by side comparison. Which one's that?
Well, now she likes that bag.
I think the conclusion here is anything cardboard related cats like, except she didn't stay in it nearly as long. Jack just does not care. King of Random, now Animal Planet. I would say that Sally has a definite preference. There's too much going on. This is a brand new environment for them. Guys, we're doing a YouTube video. Did you know? We're working right now. Okay, got it, go! All right, Jack, your turn. Get it, Get it, get it, get it, get it, go. Choose a bag.
The dot is so much more interesting than catnip. So I think they like the smell of catnip, but they're not obsessively interested with the smell of catnip.
No. And again, kittens, it doesn't work quite the same until they hit about 6 months. They're almost there. I would say that they're both more interested in the sprayed bag.
Yeah, it's not a huge difference.
Nope.
But I think they've spent more time in the gift bag than the catnip bag.
Given the fact that they are in a new environment, they're overstimulated, there's a lot going on. Obviously, they're not in distress. If they were, I wouldn't have done this video. They are happy, they're having a good time. I would say, yeah, so far they've absolutely spent more time in the sprayed bag. If you work with animals, you would call this enrichment. It's something that keeps them entertained if you have to go run errands, if you're not home during the day. I'm gonna say this one's a win.
I see this as an absolute win.
All right, for the next one, the idea here is you take a Tupperware, you cut some holes in it that are just big enough for their paws to get through or get a toy out. Cut some holes. If there are sharp edges, you take duct tape and you just sort of soften the edges, and then you fill it with toys, catnip, treats. Gives them something to do.
Stuff out.
Yeah, kind of like a Kong ball for a dog. Put some treats in there, and they said just kind of go crazy. Well, all right, let's see what they think of it. What's this? There's color everywhere. What's this? I'm gonna be honest, this was one of the ones I was more skeptical about. Oh my gosh, he's figuring it out. I looked at this and I was like, there's no way they're gonna be entertained by this. So Mark and I are in the bathroom. We want to see if, without other distractions, if this is still interesting to them. So let's see if we can guide them over. When they sniff it, they're interested, they're curious, he's been pawing at it. If we left him alone for long enough, I absolutely think this would work. So I wouldn't leave it out when guests came over, but yeah, I'll probably use this later. Like, they like it. It gives them something to do. All right. I want you to guess what we're doing with those 3 objects.
Is it another cat toy?
It is another cat toy. There's a lot of cat toy things in this hacks video, but at the same time, cat toys are actually really expensive. Like a pack of this can put you out $5-6, and considering the fact that your cats are going to lose these everywhere in your house, or they eat them, I'm not sure. Buying $5 worth of toys every week is kind of a lot. The idea is to make a mouse. So you take a sock, stuff it full of catnip. So here's my concern. So then what you have that, and this is supposed to be like a mouse tail, and you cut that part off. You put googly eyes on it if you want it to be like a mouse.
That's a mouse.
Okay guys, I'm not gonna lie, it just looks like a stuffed sock to me, but let's see what they think. Test 1, go. Okay, well he's killing it. I'm gonna call catnip a success. As far as functionality goes, in my opinion, this one doesn't get a pass. I'm gonna say I wouldn't use pipe cleaner. I'm very, very worried about this little sharp edge hurting them. And I'm worried about them pulling it apart and making a giant mess in my apartment.
Cats enjoy scratching things, and if you have designated things for them to scratch, they're less likely to attach your furniture. We're going to see if we can use some cardboard to make something that's pretty much the same as this, but making it ourselves instead of buying it, to see if that's like, oh, is that a good way to recycle cardboard, or is it not worth the effort? We've got a cardboard box. I just kind of cut it open, and we're just gonna start cutting some strips off of the cardboard.
Nate's been cutting for well over 10 minutes. It's not even, well, it's a little over half as wide as this is. As far as time conservation goes, if I'm looking at like time versus cost, I don't want to spend 15 minutes cutting out pieces of cardboard when this is less than $3.
Now, I don't think you can ever just get a cat to scratch things, so whether or not Jack goes for anything right now is, well, we'll see.
Smelling, smelling, interesting,
I
interesting.
think this does have fresh catnip in it, whereas this one has the spray. So
Not even a little bit interested.
Okay.
It's okay, I got him.
Yep, not in the mood for scratching right now.
So upwards of almost a half hour versus less than $3, I'm gonna call this one a bust. I'm gonna say I wouldn't want this in my house, and my cat doesn't seem interested in it, so.
At least not at the moment.
Yeah.
Cats are cats.
Cats are cats. Last one that we've got.
This is pumpkin pie filling.
It is 100% pumpkin puree. I did a lot of research after I saw that this was one of the recommended things. Apparently, pumpkin's good for dogs and cats in small quantities. I'm not sure cats like pumpkin. It says mash it in with their food, but I can't imagine a cat liking it. So I'm gonna put a little bit on a plate. We're gonna see what they think. Go for it, go for it.
Lots of smelling.
Okay, it's a good sign.
Licking.
Okay. I had my doubts about this. Goodbye. Like, yes, maybe the vitamins in it are good for him, but I think what you're ending up with is a lot of wasted food. Now you have mushy food in your bowl.
It's possible if they're hungry, they'll just go for it. Maybe they're just not in the mood to eat right now.
Could it work? Maybe. Do I think it would work? I absolutely have my doubts. Has it worked today? No.
Is a lot of this video an excuse to look at cute cats? Maybe.
An adorable video online showed cats versus cling wrap over a door frame. Doesn't hurt the cats. They were entertained, it seemed like. Nobody seemed distressed, but they couldn't figure out what cling wrap was, and they couldn't figure out that they could just jump over it. So we want to see what kittens do around it. All right, I'll be up here so I'm less distraction. Sally has decided she is done being filmed today. She is the opposite of a diva. Well, let's see. This is absolutely something you would not do if you were leaving them unsupervised. This is simply something to do as an entertainment for the both of you, honestly. They can't figure out how to jump over it.
Oh, there he goes.
Are you smarter than grown-up cats? What about on this side?
Smaller.
Okay, cats versus saran wrap is my new favorite thing in the world.
Oh.
Wow.
And she's under.
Hi, hey, welcome to the party. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say, guys, that my cats are smart enough to get through the saran wrap challenge. However, it's highly entertaining. There is exactly one more challenge that I wanna try because this is all over the internet. So here's what I've seen on YouTube. You take food, you distract them, you put it down, and as you do so, you put this object right next to them or underneath them. It's a cucumber. And you back away.
And hope that he looks the right direction. Terrified, he is. Startled out of his skin.
Be afraid. Not really, because I like you.
Jump, startled.
Do I have weird cats? They beat the saran wrap challenge, and they like he's licking it. He licked the cucumber. Guys, I have Jack and Sally now. If you guys have any life hacks for cats that you want to learn about, let me know so I can continue to terrorize the boys and bring them to the studio. Guys, that's not all. You know, we've always got more for you to see. Hit that box up at the top to see our most recent video, and we'll see you in the next one. Talk to you then.